Anyways, are we ready?
Let's do it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Badminton Experience. It's been a little while. We haven't recorded for how many weeks? 2 or 3 weeks or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Just before the European Championships, right? Like 1 week before we had the episode with Toma Junior Popov.
Yeah, Toma Junior Popov, the last guest on the Badminton Experience, and that episode went very well.
It did indeed, and he also did very well in the European Championships afterwards.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second. But I just checked prior to this episode our numbers, and there is an increase in viewers per episode, and that's very, very positive. So thank you very much, guys.
But it needs to go even higher.
Yeah, for sure. But we only have 3 episodes here on the new channel, so I think we have started out quite good.
For sure.
Sorry for our lack of activity, but now we are back with it's going to be a phenomenal episode.
Epic.
Yeah. Hopefully we can deliver something epic today.
We know I always deliver, so it's all about if you can deliver as well.
Is our mood better than the last time? Because last time we had a bit of an argument leading up to the episode.
Yeah, I feel okay actually. I'm not too annoyed with you at the moment.
Great.
Yeah.
So it's it looks like we are going to deliver here.
We will for sure.
But what is on the schedule?
Yeah, today we will be talking about the European Championships, the Asian Championships, and also briefly about the Pan Am Championships. And of course we will go into details about the Thomas and Uber Cup. Looking ahead, looking at the draw, and we are leaving tomorrow. We are recording this on Tuesday, and Wednesday we are leaving for Thomas Cup. So we are gonna go into that a lot, and a couple of listener questions. We received a lot on Instagram, so we are going to answer some of your questions. And should we just welcome back Mr. Badminton to the studio? Yeah, he's been on like a small holiday for the last episode.
We forgot him.
Yeah, we actually forgot. Yeah.
But in not only the last episode, but maybe the last few episodes, or
maybe
was he on the episode where we did it over Zoom?
No, I don't know actually. No. He wasn't on the gate. Maybe he hasn't been on this channel yet.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but anyways, guys, this is our mascot, Mr. Badminton.
And he's back, and he's refreshed and motivated, just like us.
It's 100% going to be a great episode with him back in the setup. So, guys, should we just get into it? First of all, the European Championships. Should we start out with that one?
Let's do it.
Ended last week. Hans Christian delivered a horrible performance. I became second, so a little bit better, but still not satisfied, of course.
No, and not. Like, I'm very unhappy with how I played
You were?
In the first 2 matches. That was not very good. I think I actually played at a quite decent level against Toma in the quarterfinal. I lost to him in my quarterfinal. I'm not too unhappy with the level there. I think I played decent. I couldn't finish off the rallies. He just kept on getting that like 1 extra shot back. But I had this feeling in the final 2 games that it was 2 or 3 points that made a difference. I felt like the momentum was shifting a little bit midway through both games. And he's a good player. He also had a good match against you. So he's a guy that, of course, I can lose to and accept losing to. But being down match points to Tobias Kunzi from Switzerland the round before, and also being under a lot of pressure in the first match against Nikolov from Bulgaria is not the level I want to be playing at. So it wasn't a great event for me, but I'm quite happy that I managed to raise the bar a little bit for the quarterfinal.
For the quarterfinal, yeah. So what? I didn't watch any of your first few matches, but it was quite surprising to see that you were in that much trouble, I would say.
Yeah, also surprised myself actually. I think one of the reasons why, it's not the only reason, but one of the reasons why was the fact that the shuttles were so fast. I didn't really control that very well. I think in general it's better for me when the shuttles are slow. I like to play a lot on my physique and push guys to the back of the court a lot. the front game, the front court game is not the strongest part of my game. And with the shuttles being as fast as they were, especially the first few days, it made the game be more on the weakest parts of my game instead of the parts where I'm the strongest. So I think that was a big part of the reason why.
Okay. It was fun though to play with fast shuttlecocks again, because we've mentioned it a few times in a few episodes that we have been playing with extremely slow shuttlecocks for a very long period of time. So even though it was very difficult, the transition from playing with slow shuttlecocks to very fast was difficult. I still think that it was fine and fun to try something new. But I would still prefer if the shuttles were just like standard. I mean, not extremely slow, but not extremely fast. It seems like it's rare that we get some shuttlecocks that is just like normal speed.
Yeah, and I think that's actually what gives the best badminton as well. Like I felt at the European Championships we didn't have a lot of matches with good rallies and good badminton, because it was so tense all the time, and it was just a matter of getting the initiative all the time. So we got these short rallies constantly.
What about overall? What is some of the biggest takeaways from the European Championships? I mean, here in the Danish media, they are, I mean, how do you say it? I mean, not really satisfied with the performance of Denmark. We were only represented in one final, which was the men's singles final between me and Victor. But other than that, we did not have one.
We got
one final.
We got 4 bronze medals. One in women's singles, one in mixed, one in women's doubles.
Yeah.
And we got 2. Am I missing someone? 2 in women's doubles. 2 in women's doubles. That's why. Yeah. So 6 medals. So we were still the European nation that got the most medals, but Germany got 2 golds, so they will actually be top of the medal count. And obviously it's quite disappointing. Also, so our head of sports said that it's an unacceptable result, and I think it's one of the worst in something like 40 years.
Wow.
We didn't get a medal in men's doubles for the first time in 40 years.
Okay.
But obviously,
Kim and Anders wasn't there, so
yeah, they would have had a very good chance. Obviously, we were also missing Gemke, so that was 2 big medal chances off the board. But I think it's still quite concerning that we didn't deliver any better than what we did, and I think that is, for me, the biggest takeaway from the European Championships, that Denmark did not look very strong. But to be honest, I also feel what makes it even worse is that Russia was not there, so there was quite a few good players, both in women's singles. They have Kosetskaya, they have Ivanov Sosanov in men's doubles. They have the mixed doubles that were, I think, defending champions, right, from Ukraine last time, Alimov and
perhaps, I don't know.
Davletova. I think they were defending champs. But also, I did not feel like the level of play was very high, actually. Like Carolina Marin, she looked a little bit rusty coming back from her injury. Very impressive that she wins again. I think her 5th or 6th European Championship. But I just did not feel like when you watched the European Championships that it was like world class.
No.
And that makes it even more concerning that for us we did not make a better result.
So should we be concerned for the future for Danish badminton? Because that's the question that the media is asking. Is all the other European countries catching up with Denmark? Is the Danish dominance in European badminton, is it coming to an end, or what do you think?
If you look at the number of medals, not just this time, but the last 3 or 4 times, it's been going downwards a little bit. And again, I wouldn't be so concerned if it was because if the European level was going upwards. But I don't feel like the European level is getting closer to the Asians and world-class level. So it's not like all the other countries are catching up with Asia.
We are stagnating.
So, actually, I feel like that's where Denmark is right now, and also where Europe is right now, actually. Obviously, there's a few players that are doing better and better, but if you look at it overall, I feel like Europe is in a transition phase, not only Denmark, but in the entire European continent, actually. Would you agree?
I I don't really know. I mean, it's obviously just like 5 years ago we had world-class players in almost every category, maybe with the exception of women's single.
Mm.
You know, the era with Christina Pedersen and Camilla Rytter-Juhl, Bo and Mogensen, and also Mads and Mads, Kolding and Conrad, the other men's double.
Fischer as well. Yeah.
Fischer and Christina in the mixed doubles. And then of course Jan and Victor and you were the best men's singles. So I mean, it's hard to replace incredible players like that. But I mean, I guess the question is, why do we not have the next Bo and Mogensen ready, and why do we not have the next mixed double pair ready for when they retire? But I mean, I think something that was very unfortunate was the fact that Mads Conrad decided to retire almost at the same time as Bo and Mogensen, because him and Mads Conrad and Mads Kolding, they were looking like the next pair to take the torch. Can you say that?
Yeah.
And they were the pair to be the best for a few years until Kim and Anders would take over from them. But I mean, when someone suddenly decides to retire at the top, it leaves a gap to the next pair, and that is just like, what can you really do about that? I mean, that's very unfortunate. In women's singles, we have been struggling for many years. I think when Tina Baun decided to retire, then the second best was probably Line Kjærsfeldt back in the days, right? And she was very young at the time.
Yeah, there's been a few different ones, but yeah, probably Line at the time where she retired. But I think actually in women's singles, we are struggling to produce like top world class. Mia has been hampered by injuries quite a lot, but I think we are actually at a place where we have a stronger depth in women's singles than we've had for quite some years. We have 4 players that are playing at a decent level, just below absolute world class. And
one thing that they probably miss on the women's singles training in Denmark is that girl to look up to, who is in the top 5 in the world or something. They don't really have that. So I don't know. Do they train with some guys at occasions, or? I mean, I guess it would be good for them to have someone even better to. Yeah,
not so often.
No,
we used to do it a lot actually. I've been training a lot with Tina in the past.
Okay,
before
when you were a junior.
Yeah, before I really made my breakthrough, I was on court with her quite a lot actually. But we don't do it so much anymore. But yeah, in some ways I'm concerned, but in other ways I also have a lot of faith actually in our system. That we do have the knowledge and the system to turn it around. It won't happen overnight, and it will take some time still. But yeah, I actually feel quite confident that we will be able to turn it around in other categories than men's singles as well.
Yeah, I'm not that scared either. I mean, yeah, I guess it goes up and down, and I just think there's a. But maybe it has been going down for quite a while. Maybe there's a point to that. But it's just I just don't like when supposed experts is coming to a conclusion based on like one tournament or one result or something like that. But maybe there is a point that it's been ongoing for a longer time than just one tournament. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I mean,
yeah, for sure. When Badminton Denmark evaluates, they will need to look at it from like a bigger perspective than just the European Championships. There can be many reasons why it didn't go well this time, but the evaluation should definitely be based on the past 2, 3, 4 years, of course.
So will Denmark continue to be the best country in Europe? We'll have to wait and see. Give it like 4 years, and then we can talk about it again.
But I just want to say that I still believe we are the best country in Europe, even if Germany had 2 goals. But well done to Germany. Lamsfuss and Lohau, especially, those two made 2 finals, both of them. That's pretty impressive.
Lamsfuss won both titles.
Yeah.
Amazing. Then should we move on to the Asian Championships?
Yeah.
Our good friend Lucy Jia,
he won it.
Who has been here on the podcast, won the men's singles title. That must have been like huge for him and for Malaysia, right?
Yeah, I saw his social media post. He seemed pretty happy that he managed to deliver his goal for not only him but the entire Malaysian nation. So I think also given everything with how he went out of the federation, started training on his own, I think it was quite important for him to prove that he can still deliver in like an official championship where the medal goes to Malaysia. So it was great to see that he delivered.
Must have been a big relief for him to do that.
Did you watch any of the matches?
No, not really. I was actually I texted a little bit with Lucy Jia during the week, and he said that it was like a sauna in the hall.
Okay.
Said it was so warm, and they were living in a bubble system.
Okay.
So just locked into the hotel, I guess.
Yeah.
He wasn't really a big fan of the whole setup. They played in
Manila in the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah. And I actually saw there was I think there was a full audience, full crowd.
It looked like there was quite a lot of spectators.
Yeah.
So but other than that, I do not know much about not much about the event. Jonathan Christie came second.
Yeah,
lost the final.
I think he's actually made 3 finals in a row now. Like Swiss,
he's on a roll.
Korea Open, and now the Asian Championship. Yeah. So he's in Thomas Cup shape.
He's in real good shape.
Yeah, I think it was.
Am I going to face him again? Is he still the second men's single, or is he now the first?
No, I think he's still ranked below Ginseng because of the freeze of the ranking.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's quite interesting to see who's going to be the third men's singles from Indonesia, because this guy Chico Wadoyo, he beat Momota in the first round, and I think he made the semi-final, right? Lost in 3 games to Christie. And at the same,
is he selected for the team?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the 4th guy selected, as far as I know. Actually, now I'm in doubt if he is.
I think our coach showed me something yesterday with someone who did really well at the Asian Championships, and then he wasn't selected for the Thomas Cup team, which was a little bit rare, but I do not remember if it was Chico or if it was another guy.
I will just try and look it up here, actually, because what is quite interesting is that Rustavito, he has not been looking like he's in the most fantastic shape. So in that aspect, it would be good for them to have Chico there to compete for that third men's single spot. Let me see if I can find it. There it is.
Just cut this part out, guys.
He's actually not in the squad. Chico is not in the squad. No. It's Ginseng, Christie, Rustavito, a guy called Belavar, and Solistio. I don't know those 2 guys.
Maybe they regret that right now.
He's probably focusing on the SEA Games. I think that's right after Thomas Cup.
Okay. But that we'll talk about the Thomas Cup later.
Yeah. I think it was just quite notable that he made it so far.
Yeah, Chico defeated Kento Momota.
Yeah.
I have not watched the match, but
no, me neither.
I think I'm going to do it.
But I heard from Victor Axelsen that because he was watching a bit of that match, and he said that Momota's defense was just not there at all. Like in the 3rd game, he just hit winners all the time, Chico.
Okay.
So I think that's again a sign of Momota not having the confidence he used to, right? Because that used to be the most difficult part, to actually get it on the floor against him. And now it seems like basically everyone who has a high level can score points on him.
Yeah, once again, all I can say about Momota is that it's going to be interesting to follow if he can become the same player that he was before the car crash. I mean it's really a shame if he doesn't, because it's just a shame if it's because of car crash and stuff that he's not going to be the best version of himself again. He was so good and so dominant before. And yeah, I just feel sorry for him if it's because of the car crash. But I don't know. I don't know.
No,
He played really good. I mean, at the Indonesia Masters where I lost to him in the final.
Yeah.
I felt at that tournament that he was back to his old self.
But
he was also that close of winning the Denmark Open, defeating Victor in the final.
Yeah.
Ended up losing.
Yeah.
But I think that could have been a big victory for him.
Yeah, and a big turning
to
point.
regain that confidence.
Yeah.
And beating Victor would have been great for him as well.
And then he's quite unlucky with then getting a back injury straight after in French Open, which also made him pull out in on the Bali leg, right?
And at the World Championships.
Yeah. So he's been struggling quite a bit also physically. I still have this feeling that it's mainly about confidence for him. That if he finds that confidence again, and that's a lot easier said than done, but I think he's still, like, his game contains everything still, and he still has the touch. If his confidence is there, he still knows how to win and stuff like that. So yeah, I think he probably just needs a huge win. Then I think we will see him back at his best.
Yeah, I also believe that he might not be as dominant such a long period of time as he was, but he will still win tournaments here and there. I'm quite sure about that.
Definitely agree. I think the times where he is dominating, those days are but we'll see. But another quite interesting thing from Asian Championships in men's singles was that this Chinese guy, Wing Hong Yang, he made the final. He also won Korea Open some weeks back, where I think he went from qualifying or being a reserve, something like that, and winning the event, and now he made the final at the Asian Championships. I think that's quite interesting because China is in this period right now in men's singles.
What are you talking about? He didn't make the final.
Semi-final. Yeah, semi-final.
Okay, that was the same guy?
Yeah.
Left-handed?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Same guy. Lost to Lee Si-jia in the semi-final. And won the Korea Open.
How old is he?
Or did he make the final? No, he won, didn't he?
He won the Korea.
Yeah, he beat Christie in the final.
He defeated Christie in the final.
I'm not sure how old he is. I think he's like 22, 23, something like that. But it's quite interesting because Chinese men's singles right now is in a bit of a slump, I would say, with Chen Long out and Xi Yuqi out. It's Lu Guangzu and Li Shifeng, and now they have this guy as well. Also, again, for Thomas Cup, I think he can play a third men's singles, so that's a guy in form they have for the deciding matches.
We are in the same group as China, so we'll have a closer look at their men's singles there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting also if China will bring out the new Lin Dan at some point.
Yeah, if all of a sudden there is someone.
Yeah.
Like from watching this guy, I wouldn't say he's the new Lin Dan. He's not at that level, but I would say Les can also still be world class. And then overall, it was a quite good championship for China. Actually, they won women's singles with now I forgot her name, but someone unseeded.
It wasn't Chin Yufei.
No, it was Wang Ziyi who beat Yamaguchi in the final after 1 hour and 18 minutes.
So is China still the most dominant in Asia?
3 goals, 1 silver. So that's by far the best.
Yeah.
2 silvers there. 2 silvers for
Xing Shiwei back winning the mixed doubles. Wang Yu and Huang Dongping.
Yes. So order is restored there.
It's always a big struggle for us guys with these Asian names in general.
Yeah.
We try to do our best with the pronunciation, but it's not easy. It's not easy for us.
Not easy.
Excuse us if we do something wrong here or say something wrong.
But another remarkable thing is also the win in men's doubles. Obviously, they were from Indonesia again.
Yeah.
But it's another one of the new pairings, Rambitan and Kusuma Wadana, who are not even in the Thomas Cup list. So they're Asian champions, but they are not in the Thomas Cup team. It's just crazy depth.
Quite insane that the winners of All England was from Indonesia. A quite new pair on the big scene. And now there is another new pair, and on top of that they still have Kevin and Marcus and Secho and Hassan and
Alfian Arianto.
Yeah, they have so many good players. Yeah.
It's insane.
They have also in men's singles now. They also have many good players, not just Ginsing, Rostavicu and Christie, Chico. And,
It's looking like a good bet for the gold medal as well in Thomas Cup.
You showed me, and I think you showed me a clip right before we did this episode of PV Sindhu getting a red card against Yamaguchi, and I also think some wanted us to talk about it or something. I think I saw a message. What was that about? I mean, have you watched more of the match than just that clip?
No, I've only seen that clip, but I just know that there was also some trouble in her match against Hiping Jiao. She beat Hiping Jiao in, I think it was the quarterfinal, where there was some confusion about the score, some stuff like that. But this particular one that I showed you was from the semifinal match against Yamaguchi. She had won the first game, Sindhu, and was up 14-11. And then she got faulted for time wasting, and from that clip it looks like a pretty tough decision or hard decision. I don't think she had received a yellow card prior to that. Probably she's been time wasting a bit during the match. If she hasn't, it would be insane that she got this penalty. But so instead of serving at 14-11, it was just a free point for Yamaguchi, and Sindhu got a bit rattled by it. She was calling the referee to enter court, and it seemed like probably that would take away some of her focus. She also lost the match from that point. I saw her post-match interview, and she was, to say the least, not happy with the both the umpire but also the referee. She felt like the referee should have done something, which is never gonna happen.
I mean, it's so. I mean, every time someone calls in the referee when they feel there's something is going against them, it never helps.
No.
I mean, the referee can never do anything about it.
I cannot recall one moment in my career where I've seen someone call the referee and get anything out of it. It's just getting a longer break, and that's it. He will never change any call from the umpire. I don't know if he can, actually. I don't know what the rules are, but it's not going to happen.
No.
So, but a lot of drama in that, and she unfortunately lost in the end, Sindhu.
Well, we can probably just find it on YouTube, right? If
we I'm sure it's on the match. And it was at 14-11 in the second game. If you want to see it, guys. So
About Sindhu, she has been, I mean, quite good lately, right? I mean, she's getting back to her old form. Perhaps?
Yeah, I think it's going the right direction. Beating Hiping Jiao here is quite impressive. Hiping Jiao has definitely been the player in form, I would say. So maybe she's getting into shape for the World Championships. She's always good in the big championships. Yeah. So maybe she's lining up for another medal there.
Also, a highly recommended guest for the Badminton Experience. We'll do our best, guys. Hopefully, we can get Sindhu on the podcast at some point. But
we'll try.
We have heard you, and we'll do our best. 100%.
Yeah.
And also, the Pan Am. Is that what it's called?
Pan Am Championships were being played at the same time.
What does that cover? Just
covers South America, North America, and also Middle America. So the Pan Am region.
Okay.
Which is why it's called the Pan Am Championships.
I didn't know what Pan stand for.
No, but the Americas.
America,
I would say.
okay.
Yeah, North and South and Middle America.
Is there also an African Championships?
There is, but I'm actually not sure if they played at the same time. Maybe they did. I know the Oceanic Championships were also played last week.
Okay.
I haven't followed the results of those ones, but in Pan Am, I think there were two interesting results and two matches that had a touch of world class level. The two singles finals. Michelle Lee beat Beiwen Zhang, who's back from her Achilles tear from the Olympics, and Michelle won 25-23 in the final game. And in men's singles, the Olympic hero Kevin Cordon, he actually beat Brian Yang quite convincingly, 17-14.
He's also a championship player.
He is, and I think it's so weird that he's not playing any of the big events. I was asking Igor Coelho from Brazil. He's on my Danish team, and I was asking him about it. Like, is it because he doesn't have money, or? But he said no. That's for sure not a problem. That he's actually quite a rich guy after the Olympics. So I don't know why he's not traveling and then competing with the rest of us. But he's still playing well, obviously, because Brian is a good player to beat, right?
Yeah, very good player to beat. A guy on the rise as well. We'll have to find out. We should try to get in contact with him and get him on the podcast?
I tried on my own podcast last year. I even wrote to his former coach, Pedro Yang, who lives here in Denmark. But he's just ignoring me, Kevin Quarter. So, guys, please put some pressure on him on social media to get him on this show.
I'll try.
Yeah,
should I text him right now?
Yeah, just call him.
Should I do it here on the Badminton Experience?
Do you have his number?
No, I can maybe text him on Instagram.
Yeah, I think he's not too active on Instagram. It's only commercials for Herbalife.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But I try WhatsApping him, but he's not even seen my message. But I'll try Pedro Yang again because he said that he would nudge him if he didn't reply. So we'll get him on.
I'll try after the episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
enough talk about the championships.
Enough about all the different championships. So guys, the Thomas Cup and the Uber Cup
is coming up
next week.
Yeah.
Already, or do we start this Sunday?
We actually start on Sunday. Yeah.
It's crazy. I feel like it's. I mean, feel like it was last month that we played the Thomas Cup in Denmark, which was a huge occasion for us because it was in Denmark. But it's already back. I mean, just half a year later, we're going to do it all over again.
Yeah.
Basically, the same players, the same teams, and nothing's really changed. Maybe China has a few different men's singles,
but they're also missing Shiuki. They had him last time, actually.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
But yeah, I think in terms of like looking at the favorites and stuff, it's just looking back at who did well in Aarhus last year, because as you say, it's only 6 months ago, so not a lot of changes. The thing I feel is a bit different is that I actually feel like we are a little bit underprepared compared to what we usually are for a Thomas Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously, it makes sense that the last one was really big for us because we were preparing for almost 3 years, because it also got postponed and it was in Denmark, so it was an extra big event for us. And this time we've basically been preparing for 2 days after the European Championships, and that's it. So I feel the entire atmosphere around it is a little bit different compared to what we are used to.
First time I was participating in the Thomas Cup was also in Thailand. It's in Bangkok, guys. Followed up by the Thailand Open just right after, same place. But that was that 5 years ago or?
Yeah, that was in 4 years actually, because it was in 2018.
Yeah, 4 years ago, and that was for me personally a terrible trip.
Yeah.
So I started out. We played against
Algeria, who we are actually facing again.
Facing them again. Yeah. And I was playing that match. It was my Thomas Cup debut. And then right after the team match, I got a migraine and had a terrible headache the whole day. And from there, the next 10 days, I was just sick. I mean, I just had a headache and diarrhea, fever, everything. It was
it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
We lost the semifinal.
Yeah.
To Japan.
Yeah, and I still feel like we should have won that one.
Me too. You lost the second men's
singles? I lost the second men's singles against Nishimoto.
Jan
and
he
lost to Suniyama. And I only played. Kim Astrup just entered the room, just so you guys know.
Hi, Kim.
Hello. And I won the second men's doubles.
That's right. That was a great match. And your partner, Anders Skov, he destroyed his racket in celebration because he was so heavy.
Yeah. And got a warning from his sponsor because it was the second time he did it. He also did it in 2016.
Yeah, you should really go and watch that, guys.
Epic celebration.
We should almost perhaps put it in the description or something. We'll do that.
Yeah.
A clip to his epic celebrations, breaking the racket in.
Yeah, our doubles did well. They won all the matches in Bangkok in 18, and we expect the same this time. Kip, no losses in men's doubles.
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty surprising as well. No offense, Kip. That would be pretty surprising.
That would be maybe the biggest surprise of the tournament.
I think we should consider maybe you and I in the second men's double.
I actually saw.
No disrespect to our other men's doubles, but I
No,
just feel like we could do something.
I
there.
saw a list of all the possible men's doubles that we can field. So obviously all the regular doubles players are ranked first because it's all according to the world rank. But we also put in every possible pairing with the singles players, and then you need to rank them according to the level.
So who's the highest ranked singles player from our team? Is it me?
It's me and Victor.
Nej.
Yeah, me and Victor as a combination, and
What?
the very bottom, and this is not even a joke, the very bottom in men's doubles for Denmark, the worst possible pairing we can put on court, that's you and Victor.
That's weird. That doesn't make any sense.
No, but to be fair, it's like everyone with no ranking is just ranked as like number 15, and then you just... So it's like a shared position.
Okay.
And I'm just mentioned first with Victor, and you guys just mentioned last.
So it's just random.
It is random.
Okay.
But it's just fun
It
that
would
you
be
are
fun
bottom
if the
of the
coaches had
paper.
to rank the
Yeah.
single players.
But I think they actually maybe have they ranked the doubles players in singles? I don't know actually. That would be interesting as well.
If all our singles got injured, we needed a third man single. Who would we pick for that spot?
Yeah, I know this answer is gonna really annoy Kim, who's in the room, but I would say Anders.
Anders Skov Rasmussen.
Yeah.
He played quite good in his junior years, right? He was
he was under 19 champion in Denmark, and he played a couple of golden set in the Danish league in singles as well. And I think he would die on court because he's way too heavy to play men's singles. But yeah. The good thing is he's never injured, so I wouldn't be afraid to put him on court. It's like Kim, I would be so afraid that he would just he would literally die on court. Yeah. Yeah.
But is the Indonesia, is they the favorites to retain the title?
I can't see how they would not be the favorite.
No.
Like
Yeah,
the men's doubles lineup is insane, and Ginting, I know he's not been in the best shape, but it's not like he has no chance against the other men's singles. And Christie, I would say on paper, is the best second man singles along with yourself.
No, he is definitely.
Yeah, he won last time, so. But yeah, also with like 3 finals in a row in his final 3 events. So yeah, and again the third man singles is also at a very high level. So they don't have any weak spots really on the team. Maybe Ginting is maybe the weakest spot, which is a pretty good weak spot, I would say.
Yeah.
So I have them as pretty clear favorites actually. Don't you?
What about I agree 100%. Definitely the favorites. That their men's doubles is also so strong. So difficult to win a men's double against them.
Yeah.
Is Asana and Sechuan, I mean, for how long are they going to play? How old are they?
I think Sechuan is 37. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's 1 or 2 years older than me.
It's impressive.
Do you know Kim? Is he 37?
I think it's 37 and 35.
37 and 35, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
So
Asan
they
for
still-
sure, he's younger than me, so
They still have a few years in them.
Yeah, we'll see.
Crazy.
I'm just mostly impressed that Sechuan, he's still motivated actually. Like he's won everything, and you have so many young guys coming up, and like he still has the desire to play all the big events and try and keep the young guys behind him. I think that's quite impressive.
Pretty insane.
Yeah.
I wonder what drives him at this point. What is it really? I mean, why does he still have the motivation? Is it money or is it
I don't know. I would guess that
success or just I mean
maybe he
he just loves to play badminton.
I could imagine actually that's the thing for him. He doesn't strike me as the guy who really cares a lot about money.
No.
But yeah, you never know. But I would say apart from them, I would have Japan actually maybe as a number 2. I think the men's doubles is also looking okay, and they have 3 very solid single players. Our team is also capable of winning, but I don't see us as the number 1 or 2 right now.
No.
I think we also really need to have a lot of respect for China in the group.
100% and France.
Yeah, as well. Them as well. I think China is actually a lot of people are underestimating them a little bit because they are missing Shiuki and Chen Long, and they don't have the twin towers in men's doubles anymore. But Yeah,
I feel like you can never underestimate China.
No, exactly.
In a team event,
Yeah.
and also Korea, I think,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Thailand is often very good in team events. Maybe not Thomas Cup, maybe more Sudirman Cup.
Yeah, and I know that they are not playing with Dechapol and one of the other men's doubles guys as well. So I think it will be quite hard for them to win any doubles against the top teams, and that way I think it will be difficult. I don't think they can win 3 men's singles against the top teams. Maybe one day they can, but I don't think they can do it 3 days in a row.
I felt like last time when it was in Denmark, we were really, we really hoped that we could win the title. And we felt like we had a good team and we could beat any team on our best days. So I think we put a lot of expectations on ourselves. But I don't feel, it doesn't feel the same this time. And maybe it's because it's already, there's Thomas Cup again. We haven't really thought much about it, but I don't feel like there's the same kind of pressure on our team.
No, completely agree.
Expectations from ourselves as well. Do you think that maybe can do something good to us, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe when we won in 16, we definitely went into those championships feeling like the underdogs because we were missing Carsten Mogensen after his brain aneurysm. So even though we were seeded second for that event, I don't think neither us or anyone else looked at us as a potential gold-winning team. So at that time, it worked well for us, and also the draw opened up and everything went our way. And yeah, I still think we have a team that's capable of winning on the day. There's no team that we cannot beat. I just don't see us as the main contender for the title. There's a lot of teams that we can lose to on the day. Even a team like France in the group. I think we on a really bad day we could get in trouble.
So the big question: can Indonesia retain the title as favorites? It's going to be interesting.
It is. It is
always fun team events.
Yeah, it could be quite interesting to hear what the listeners think as well. So write it in the comments. Give
us some insight on the Indonesian team. Are they ready or?
yeah. And for I think also in the group stage, I think there's only really one group that's really interesting. But Group A is the one with Indonesia. Actually, that is like the by far the strongest group. They have Japan, Indonesia. Oh, sorry, that's the Euro Cup draw. Indonesia, Korea, Thailand, and Singapore. I think that's a pretty strong group because the other groups, it's pretty clear that there are 2 strong favorites. But I think Korea, Thailand, Singapore, it's all strong nations, right? That can beat each other on the day. So that's going to be the group to really watch.
Yeah.
Watch out for. Yeah.
It must almost be a little bit annoying for Indonesia that they already have to play it again.
Yeah.
I mean, they just won it first time in, was it 20 years?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And then they already have to defend it half a year later.
Yeah.
Let them just enjoy it a little bit.
But on the other hand, if they win again, they get another nice bonus. So it's 2 nice bonuses within 6 months. That would also be quite nice.
Well, Hans Christian, we haven't talked about the Uber Cup draw.
Yeah. You want to talk about it?
You are the expert in the Uber Cup.
You said it. I'm just the expert, not in Uber. I'm the expert.
You are the expert here in the couch, definitely. All right. Which team won last time?
I actually do not remember. Didn't China win? I'm not sure. Kim, who won?
I think China won.
China won. Yeah, China won.
Almost 100% sure that China won.
Yeah.
We were so disappointed that we didn't win, so we did not have time to think about it.
Did they play Uber Cup? Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. But yeah, looking at the draw, I think it's even more like the group stage. All the groups, we have 2 very strong favorites. Apart from, there's one group with 3 teams, Thailand, Denmark, Malaysia, who can all make it through. Obviously, Thailand is the big favorite, but I think Denmark, Malaysia is like a quite even match. So apart from that, we have a group where Chinese Taipei is big favorites. We have Indonesia, Japan, huge favorites, and Korea, India in a group with Canada and USA. Maybe India, they're not always playing well, the women's team, and sometimes Saina hasn't been playing or Sindhu hasn't been playing, so it depends on what team they feel, because Canada is actually they have a decent Uber Cup team, and USA has as well, if Baywin is playing. They have Iris Wang as well, and they have this girl called Lauren Lamb, who's actually a pretty good third women's singles.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say China is the favorite again. They are pretty strong in both women's doubles and singles, and now they have this girl who won the Asian Championships, who can play third women's singles.
Indonesia is not that strong in women's compared to men. Is it mainly because of their women's singles? Because they obviously have some great women's doubles.
Yeah, actually, I saw the squad list, and there's not a lot of like household names. Grisha is not playing.
She's not?
No, I don't think her partner Apriani.
Oh yeah, she's injured.
Yeah, she's not playing either. So, yeah, I'm really struggling to see them.
Okay.
Actually, even win a medal. I think that would be a big surprise if they do that.
What do you think is going to be between Japan and China, or?
Yeah, maybe Korea. Korea also
perhaps?
has a chance with Ansi Young in first singles, and they have very strong doubles and decent second and third singles. So I think China biggest favorite for me, Japan second, and then we have Thailand and Korea who can both spring a surprise. Yeah, that's my take on it. I struggle to see any of like the second ranked teams are Indonesia, Chinese Taipei, Denmark, and India, and I don't see any of those in like a medal match beating the top four teams. I don't see it.
I agree. Interesting stuff. We'll have to wait and see. It starts this Sunday, and
we start off against Algeria.
Yeah, on Sunday. So when is this podcast going to be released? Maybe Thursday. So just a few days after, it's on in Bangkok. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I've been in talk with our good friend Joachim Persson.
Okay.
He's in Bangkok right now,
Yeah.
and he just bought 2 drums for us, so we can.
He did?
Yeah, so we can make some noise.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm bringing all of my ridiculous gear with hats and shades and everything.
Just don't. I mean,
I will behave
that
like a
horn.
Oh, an air horn, air
That's
compressor.
so annoying.
Yeah. I'm trying to buy one of these that is called like a speaker, the ones where you can shout and it makes the sound even higher.
Megaphone.
I don't know what it's called in
Megaphone?
English.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that as well.
We should have earplugs in while we sit in the crowd, so we can just make as much noise as possible without getting irritated and stuff.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah,
you make sure of that.
I'll bring that.
Yeah.
Questions. We've already answered a few of them because many of them is obviously about the Thomas Cup.
Yeah, and there is one about Thomas and Uber Cup. I think that would be a good idea to answer. Someone is asking about what decides the order of play in the matches.
Yeah,
because obviously there are 3 men's singles, 2 men's doubles, and the same in women's. Yeah, in Uber Cup it's 3 men's singles, 2 women's doubles. Usually the order of play, if there's no one who's playing both singles and doubles, it will be first men's singles, first men's doubles, second men's singles, second men's doubles, and third men's singles. But a team like France, where the Popov brothers, they will play both singles and doubles, then it will often be the first 3 doubles, first 3 singles, sorry, and then the 2 doubles afterwards. So what decides it is how many players will play in 1 or more matches. If no one plays in more than 1, it's always the same order. So there's a system for that. If there's 2 players playing doubles, 3 players playing doubles, they have a very a scripted system for it.
Thank you very much, Hans, for the explanation. Hope that you found it interesting out there. I personally didn't, but maybe it was helpful to some of you. There is one here. It's not about Thomas Cup, but it's a question that we have received quite a lot. Is there any chance for us to get a podcast with a Japanese player? And obviously, we would love to have some of the Japanese players on the podcast, but we need them to be able to speak English
quite fluently.
Otherwise, it would be a quite not really an interesting conversation and just a tough conversation to have. We would love to do it, but Yeah, the player obviously needs to be able to speak English.
Yeah, and a lot of you guys are suggesting we should put in a translator to help, and it's just I don't really see it working if we need a translator to translate everything back and forth. It kind of takes out the rhythm of the conversation completely.
Then it's not really a podcast anymore.
Yeah,
Then it's just maybe an interview where we just ask some questions, wait for an answer, and then we ask a new one, and we could do it like that. But
it wouldn't really be like just an easygoing chat, which is what we
not
like
our
to
style.
have.
It's not our style, but
Exactly.
Maybe we'll do it like that just to get one on the podcast.
Yeah,
at some
we
point.
need to check like how good Yuta Watanabe's English really is, because I think he's one of the better English-speaking Japanese players.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit out on Bali, and I was actually surprised that he was able to speak a little bit. I didn't know.
So maybe if we get a Japanese player who can speak at a decent level, we can do just like a short episode, so like 15 minutes maybe or something like that.
That's a good idea. One thing that we were actually very, very we really doubted how good Ginting and Lisija could talk English when we had to do the podcast with them out on Bali. So we were, going into the episode, we had no idea. I mean, we knew that they could talk English, but could we have an hour-long conversation with them? But it turned out great, and
for sure.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was amazing.
I think we've talked about it. There's not. Which country do you think improved most from last time?
Last time at Eurocup?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think as we said, there's not a huge difference. Like it's only 6 months ago. Yeah, I think maybe China. I think the young guys are doing better in both doubles and now also this Weng Hong Yang in third singles.
You could also say that Indonesia has improved since they're suddenly brought out some new men's double players, but they're not even on the team, so it doesn't make a big difference for the Thomas Cup. But I found an article saying that Anders will play men's double with Viggo. Is that article true? And guys, yes, it is. No, it's not. It's not true, and I haven't read that article.
No, me neither. I saw that.
Please send it to us in our DMs.
I saw that question. So you are on the Thomas Cup list, but it's just a matter of that Denmark will make a list of every possible solution. You never know what happens there with injuries and stuff. So if they did not register you, if it was necessary, they would not be able to play with you. But it's not gonna happen.
There's one here about the umpires. Do you analyze umpires? Which umpires do you prefer? Why?
I don't really analyze the umpires. Maybe like a little bit in the aspect that I know some umpires are more likely to make calls and other umpires are a bit more hesitant to get involved in the game. So with the more, I would say, like vocal umpires, I would maybe start off being a little bit more like quiet and
There is, for me, there is a few umpires that I have had some not so good experiences with, where I feel like they have been wanting attention and stuff. I've just felt that they wanted to call as much as they can, service faults, or maybe it's the what is it called, the umpire that's sitting up in the chair?
That's the umpire.
That's the umpire, and the other one is the
service judge.
Service judge. Yeah. Okay.
So the umpire sitting up there is called the umpire. Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But there is some, and I won't mention their names, but when I see that I'm going to have them as the umpire, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Then there's probably going to be some confrontations, and
I definitely get that feeling.
Get called on some weird stuff.
Yeah. I often actually think about it in my serve. If I get one of those more vocal umpires as a service judge, I would think about lowering my serve, especially in the beginning, and also if it's close in the match, I will make sure that it's a bit lower than usual, my serve, just to make sure I don't get called, and then often I get called anyway, but at least I tried. What
is there something that you really do not like about umpires. Something that some of them might do more often in a match that just really annoys you.
I think what annoys me most is if you have an umpire where you feel like they don't have a feel of the game. So if they're telling you to hurry up when both players are actually happy with the speed of the game. I know it's the job also to make sure we're not time wasting too much, but like if you're just playing like in a really good match, which is an intense battle, and both me and my opponent are shouting, but it's not like in bad faith, it's just because we want to win. I really hate it when umpires then get involved to say calm down or speed up the game or whatever, because it's just like, just let us have this battle, we both enjoy it, and it's not mean spirited in any way. I think that's what can trigger me the most, actually.
I agree. That was also the one that I was thinking about. When
So-
you are walking up to start the rally, and when he tells you to hurry up while you're walking to the middle of the court where you serve, that's very annoying. Like, guys, start the rally. I'm about to. I mean, that's
but that's also
really
because you
annoying.
walk so slow.
I think that's been labeled on me.
Oh, okay.
But
sorry.
I don't necessarily think that it's extreme anymore.
No.
Of course, there has been certain matches where I've been taking a lot of time in between rallies. I faced in France. I faced Choik, Lee Chuk Yu from Hong Kong, and he was time wasting way more than me. He had to, you know,
I might give you that,
throw
actually.
sweat from his face, and then suddenly there was something on his tape on the knee, and
all the
suddenly
classic
there was
tricks.
something on the floor, and he was just time wasting so much. And okay, so we, I think the score was 11-10 in the first game. We've played 9 or 10 minutes, and the umpire tells us to speed up, and I was like, it's 11. The score is 11-10. We've played 10 minutes. There's nothing insane about this. Just let us play. Please do not get involved. I mean, there's no reason for it at this moment. But then, I mean, he started to really time waste during the match, and and the umpire never said anything to him. But every time there was something on my side, he told me something, and that just annoyed me so much. And I was looking out at the referees, and I was just getting so pissed. And then I actually saw one referee just laughing or something, and that really pissed me off. I actually talked to the referee backstage afterwards. I felt like they were just always looking for something to say to me. I felt like going into the match, the umpire already feels like this guy's time wasting. We need to be.
But I think there's no doubt that the umpires obviously also talk to each other, and like for sure there's a chance you have this label of being slow and being a time waster. And obviously if the coaches, the umpires are talking about it, they will be more focused on that in a match with you. No doubt about that. Because I would say it never really annoys me if an umpire is like, if they call a fault. Obviously in the moment I can get annoyed if I don't feel like it's a fault, but I never really believe that an umpire is calling a fault just to get involved or get the attention. I really believe that they think there is a fault if they call it. I don't think they are just making it up to make focus on them. I really don't believe that. So
I think for some umpires it's more likely to happen. I just have that feeling.
Yeah, maybe it is more likely to happen. I can agree on that, but I don't see an umpire calling something they do not think is there. I really don't see that.
Do you
but
remember?
It doesn't mean I cannot get annoyed in the moment, obviously, if I feel like it's a mistake.
Of course you get annoyed. And I do not understand why you're not able to challenge on the net. If you make a kill on the net and it's called a fault, why can't you challenge that? There's cameras sitting right there. I mean, showing it for the television, and
I think that's also gonna happen within the next few years.
Do you remember when Genting lost the final in Hong Kong to Lee Chuk Yu?
I remember
on a net kill.
I remember clearly because then when I beat Lee Chuk Yu in Thailand, I got a net kill on 19 all in the third game where I was tearing down the net, and the umpire did not call it a fault. And I got a lot of messages from Hong Kong fans that I was not very sportsman-like. I didn't show any sportsmanship because I didn't give the point. And then I got a lot of support from Indonesian fans because they said it was just karma because Lee Chuk Yu did not give it to Ginting in the Hong Kong Open final. So I remember clearly. Yeah.
I also experienced one crazy one with Cho Chin Chin in the final of Indonesia Open in 2019. I think the score was something like 17-17 in the second set. And it was like, it wasn't even a kill. I mean, I was making a spin, and then he just lifted or something like that, and then he was called a fault, and he was like half a meter away from the net. That was I just wonder what happened. I mean, what happened with the umpire?
Yeah.
At that, I mean,
but there's been some crazy
totally
calls.
Out of focus
crazy
or
calls.
something.
That makes me think of. Do you remember the one from All England with Kevin and Marcus, where Kevin, he's playing one of these matches where he's just in an insane mood and he's basically just making a fool out of his opponents. Kim, do you remember who they played? I think it was European opponents. It doesn't matter. They played someone, and he was doing this where he's showing like he's hitting the shuttle where it's far out and then just letting it go. And he's doing it one more time where he's like 2 meters off the shuttle and hitting the shot, and it's clearly out. And then the umpire just calls him a fault that he's actually hitting the shuttle, and he's so far away from doing it.
I remember that one too. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so he kept like annoying the umpire. He did it just in one of the rallies right after. Yeah. Where and then just afterwards he was looking at the umpire or something like that.
Yeah. I felt like that call from the umpire was just to kind of prove a point. So just behave.
Maybe there was something personal in it. I think we did not answer many, but suddenly we came up with a bunch of good stories here. So I think we should wrap it up here.
I agree. Let's do it.
It's been more than an hour.
You do it.
Okay.
You wrap it up. You're the wrapping up guy.
So guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of the Badminton Experience, the 4th episode here on our new channel, but maybe like the 17th or 18th or 19th in total. Yeah. But they are all on my own YouTube
channel.
Yeah. No guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, leave a comment with some questions, some feedback,
and let us know who you think will win Thomas and Uber Cup.
100%. And
that's it.
Yeah. Just remember to go to Instagram and like our Instagram site as well. Yeah. True. And that was it. So
see you guys.
See you guys very soon in Bangkok, maybe, if you watch television or something.